So this is Squeegee Life with T Squeegee. What's up, guys? It's Tuesday evening, like 8:48. Everybody and their fucking uncle wants to text me right now. It seems like I don't hear from nobody until I put these headphones on and start recording one of these podcasts. And everybody wants to send me Photoshop pictures of Brett Pisano with a dick in his mouth instead of a pack of bacon, and how many times can I use this squeegee rubber before it's not good anymore? All kinds of shit. Today was just a fucked up day, guys. The rain on off all day long. It was a complete nightmare. I got a bunch of work done, so that's cool. I'm not complaining. I was able to get a bunch of work done, so that's still cool. But man, does it suck when you gotta stop, start, stop, start. You guys know the deal. Anyone cleaning windows out there knows what I'm talking about. You've dealt with it before, so it's not news to you guys. I'm still getting over this. I still got this chest infection. I got something right here that's effectively made me not able to smoke cigarettes the way I like to smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean? So, which is good. It's actually cut my consumption down quite a bit, and if I can just get past the cravings for a cigarette, I'd be on my way. I'm slowly but surely quitting the cigarette thing. This has been something I have been mulling over the last 6 to 8 months, trying to quit smoking cigarettes. As you can hear, I'm getting ready to fucking cough half my lungs up. I got so much shit in my chest and in my nasal it's just, it's terrible, man. And I used to be 2 packs of cigarettes a day, guys, and I've actually got myself down to like a pack, like a day and a half now. So I'm getting there. I didn't start smoking cigarettes overnight. I'm not going to be able to quit overnight. So, it is what it is, but I'm trying. I've noticed a trend on, and I just seen this dude posted a video today. I'm noticing a trend of guys that are starting to do videos the way I do videos. They shoot footage and then they'll narrate over top of it during the edit, which is, it's flattering, like Dave the Window Licker did one like me, and I like Dave. Dave's cool as hell, so I'm not throwing any shade his way. I like Dave, so I have no problem with that. It's not like I got a patent on it or anything, but, it is my style. That's the way I chose to do it when I started doing it. And you can go back to my very first video. That's how I did it. And I like doing it that way. I feel like more of my personality comes over that way, and that just kind of, the whole, this dude that did a video today, and I'm going to narrate over this. I'm going to talk over this one. The way he does it, the way he, goes out and shit talks, and, does his videos, and he's, talking to the camera while he's on the job. I just think it's just, ugh. I don't like it. I think it's just piss poor. Clean the windows. You can do all the talking and all of that shit afterwards. But I just think you're a bozo, dude. I know I left a comment on your video, and that was, I want you to know I meant that's cool. But it is a little suspect, because you just spent the last 6 months talking about how I'm bad for the industry, and how the way my videos are this or my videos are that, and not only are you swagger jacking my YouTube video style, but you're also obviously clearly watching my videos, because now you're even cleaning windows like I do. Just go and watch. You guys know who I'm talking about. Okay, just go and look. The dude, you go back, if you can find a video earlier of him cleaning windows, now go and look at the one he just posted. You're cleaning. I've taught you something, so that's cool. Now if you could just admit that during your video, like, I was watching this guy clean windows, and the way he's doing this, I like to do it now too, because it makes sense. I'd be okay with that. Then I won't bust your balls. But it's clear that not only are you doing your YouTube videos the way that I do them, but you're also cleaning windows the way that I do now too. So I've taught you something. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Um, your views don't match your subscribers. So there's that. I'm gonna put that out there. Um, I just don't like you. That's just point blank. Period. Mike Norton might leave me a comment about how I shouldn't be doing this, but I just do not like that dude. Not Mike Norton. I like Mike Norton. Mike Norton's is probably gonna give me the business for for talking shit. He usually does. Like, man, you don't need to do that. Which I agree. Mike Norton's right, but you gotta understand, Mike. This guy is a complete shithead. He's more of a shithead than the guy I dealt with that left the bad reviews on my YouTube page or on my Facebook page. This overweight, shit-faced dickhead. I can't stand him. He's a dick, and he will do anything to get over, and it disgusts me. I could at least find a middle ground with the guy that left the bad reviews on my business page on Facebook. I could at least find a middle ground with him. He just, got into his feelings and stuff. So, and I've buried the hatchet with the guy, and I wish him nothing but the best. But the other dude, I just do not like that dude. I don't like that dude, and I don't like his buddy either. And you guys know who the two dudes I'm talking about. I just can't stand those dudes at all. Just bleh, they make me sick. And I won't mention his name because then he'll be like, then he'll do a video dealing with haters. This is what I do. Man, dude, if we weren't talking about you, nobody would talk about you. You're a bum-ass dude, bro. Got all those subscribers and get like 3 comments on your video. You know what I mean? Get out of here, dude. You think you're the shit and you're not. The difference between me and you is I know I'm small potatoes and it don't bother me. I don't give a shit. I'm doing this for the guys that listen. I'm not buying subscribers. I even know where you're doing it at too. I know a lot. But anyways, that's all here. That's all done and said. I've said what I needed to say about it. Just gross, dude. You're welcome. We're probably going to try to put another episode of OWC together for tomorrow. So a couple of faces you've probably seen before. You might be tired of seeing it. I don't know. But we're going to continue to do them the way that we're doing them. I know, what's his name? Window Warrior got on his alternate YouTube account and left me a derogatory comment about how he's tired of seeing Mark on the show. Are you tired of seeing me on the show? Because, I mean, it's my show. What do I do? You know what I mean? Mark is my co-host. I don't know what to tell you, man. And I value Mark's opinion, and I know a lot of other guys value his opinion. And they learned quite a bit from listening to the podcast from me and Mark. So get over it. So we're going to have an old face back on. Someone that ain't been on in a while is going to be on. That's going to be cool. And we're just going to bullshit about window cleaning. You know how we do. I've been, recently, I went up to, shit. See, and I don't know where I'm at now because I've started this 3 times, so I might be repeating myself, but I seen a guy hit a telephone pole earlier today. I was on my way back from the store. I seen an arc from 2 power lines smacking together, and it immediately caught my attention, and when I looked to my right, I saw a power chair flying through the air. I thought this guy struck someone on a power chair and hit a telephone pole. Luckily, the dude was all right, and the power chair was attached to the back of his truck, so it turned out that it wasn't no one struck. Someone hit my uncle years ago on a motorcycle, and a motorist driving by actually stopped to help him out. Probably saved him by stopping his bleeding and shit, you know what I mean? And dialing 911 and all that good stuff, running to the house across the street to get the cops. So so that was my first instinct, was to go help the dude. Crazy shit. You never know, you know what I mean? You never, seconds matter, and you never know. So hey. The busy season is almost gone. The warm weather is starting to fade. It's starting to get less and less. hot every day. Still warm, but fall season is approaching, and the leaf cleanup is going to begin. Gutters are going to be neat and cleaned, and maintained, and everyone's going to be ready for getting ready for winter and stuff. And I usually do a big push for exterior only window cleanings in the fall and gutter cleanings. Package deals is usually what I do, just to keep things going. Um, you know, but hey, you don't have to do it that way. You could, you could just move to a warmer climate and never have to worry about it. Some guys like to press, push pressure washing, and a lot of guys like to uh, plow snow in the wintertime. Just the winters here have been so inconsistent. I mean, they're super cold, don't get me wrong, but the snow is not what it used to be here. So a plow usually sits in the driveway, and you probably use it once or twice a year, you know what I mean? So that kind of sucks. Um, I have I have almost run out of things to talk about on these things. So, and everyone has always got, hey, why don't you talk about this? Hey, why don't you talk about that? And, it gets talked about, and I ask for questions, and I get the same questions over and over and over again. So it's like, what do you guys want me to talk about on here? You know what I mean? I don't, geez. Um, I, it's tough, you know what I mean? I just got done arguing with somebody on Facebook. Um, Not really an argument, but just kind of like a discussion of our varying opinions on politics and the government. And I'm not going to get on my soapbox here or anything, but it seems to be the common narrative nowadays that people are like, if you are in any way, shape, or form a Trump supporter, and I'm just of the school that look at our choices. It was either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. I mean, to me that's a no-brainer. Donald Trump every time. I am not going to vote in a corrupt career politician that is clearly bought and paid for. Um, and not only that, but her husband goes around banging everything that walks, and this broad like burns these women to the ground. Hillary Clinton, that her husband had been banging. You know what I mean? Just burns them to the ground. Just runs them through the ringer. And on top of that, she's against gay marriage for 98% of her career. And then when it suited her, she was for she was pro gay marriage. You know what I mean? Now, oh yeah, I think anyone should be able to get married. Oh well, geez. So you just whatever will get you in office, you're gonna say. What did she say in what the early 2000s? That blacks are you send them to prison and they become super predators. You know what I mean? It's just and now she's captain fucking black people. It's just like, dude, how gross of a person can that woman be? You know what I mean? Come on, man. And now everyone's like, Trump's a racist. I mean, dude, come on, dude. This dude was rubbing elbows with Rosa Parks and Jesse Jackson and fucking Sharpton and all them dudes back in the early 80s and 90s and shit. I mean, this dude was black people loved Donald Trump. Now all of a sudden they don't. You know what I mean? Just now he's a racist because some sycophant fucking whiny liberal fucking twat white kid fucking says he's a racist because his girlfriend Hillary lost the election. I mean, what fucking rock were you guys living under? Did you guys honestly think that woman was gonna win? She's a fucking compulsive liar, man. And that's gross. Now, am I saying that President Trump is this cool ass dude? No. He's got, that dude's he's fucked up too, but he's way less fucked up than she is. And it ain't like Donald Trump's going around having people fucking axed and shot like the Clintons are. The Clintons are corrupt as shit, man, period. And if you can't wrap your head around that, then you need to go and do some research, man, because they are fucked up people. Fucked up people. Not saying that Trump isn't. I'm just saying of the two, he is way less fucked up than that. That broad is fucking out of her mind, man. Um, I'm not a religious guy. I'm not a Christian. Not a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not a Buddhist. I'm not a Jew. I'm none of those things. I do believe in a higher power. I just I have a hard time with organized religion. Um, I'm not a Catholic. I'm not an organized religion type person. I do believe in a higher power, but it just seems like there's a war on not so much religion, but the values that religion uh, kind of sets forth. You know what I'm saying? Like, be kind to thy neighbor, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And it just seems nowadays people are more apt to shit on someone than to help them. And that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these people out there, and especially these young people, they want to, like, everyone's equal and everyone should, do this and we should all be this and that. But they have zero. I mean, they preach tolerance but have no tolerance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like anyone that voted for Trump is a fucking Nazi. I mean, how insensitive is that remark? You know what I mean? To Jewish people, that millions of Jews died at the hands of Nazis, and you're comparing that to guys who voted, people who voted for Trump. I mean, it's fucking insane, man. Uh, just because someone voted for Donald Trump doesn't make them a white supremacist, man. It doesn't make me a white supremacist. I'm far from that. Anyone that knows me personally knows I'm far from that. So that's super weird, man. Um, I'm a very patriotic guy. I am. I don't know if I'm like you know I'm a libertarian. I believe in small government. Big government is kind of bullshit to me. I'm more about states' rights and things of that nature, and I think we can govern ourselves within the states. And then, the government, the federal government, could kind of uh, oversee that. I think that's what's wrong with this. I mean, look at Michigan. Michigan is a Democratic-run state, and it is a complete fucking nightmare shit show up there. There's great parts of Michigan. I've got a lot of family from Michigan, but I mean, just Flint, Michigan, case in point. Just look at Flint, man. They've gone like fucking 1,700 days without clean fucking water, and there ain't nothing getting done about it. And that, President Trump should have done something about it. Obama should have done something about it. You know what I mean? There should have been something done about that, and still's nothing's been done. Uh, Detroit is a shell of its former self. There's actually cornfields in the city limits of Detroit now. Cornfields, gardens, where there used to be building and industry. There are fucking fields. They've plowed over the buildings, and now they're planting fucking crops and shit. Which is a smart thing to do. It's smart. Um, but it just goes to show that our country is not what it used to be. And there's nothing wrong. It doesn't need to be like everyone. There's a lot, nothing pisses me off more than when someone says, America was never great. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Would you say that shit in front of my face, I'd break your fucking teeth out of your mouth. You bitch. So I'm very patriotic. I got relatives. I didn't serve myself. Um, I was I got out of high school in 1998. There wasn't a whole lot going on. You know what I mean? So I got started early having kids and work in construction. You know what I mean? So the military wasn't. My grandfather said I wouldn't join the military. Now it's not anything that's going to do any good for you. So I took his advice and started an apprenticeship as a carpenter. Um, it was crazy that 3 years later, those planes hit the World Trade Center towers. Crazy shit. But I've got cousins that serve now, that have served, aunts, uncles, my grandfathers all served. So I got a soft spot for veterans. And not only do I have a soft spot for veterans, but I also have a soft spot for Americans I think people get that twisted. America, make America great again. What makes America great is its people. Um, Whenever the world needed something, America always stepped up. Americans always stepped up. Um, and they always have, and they always will. Or at least I know at least my brother's generation forward or backwards will step up. You other guys, I don't have a lot of faith in you. Skinny jean, um, fucking bun wearing, fucking. I don't know if I'm a boy or girl or a girl boy dog person. Fucking, I identify as a fucking parrot. I don't get any of it. I don't understand it. I just don't get it, man. Everyone is so like social media now. Everything is so like, oh, my feelings and all that. Oh, Jesus Christ. America was great because of the people. Um, the people were always willing to help themselves and others, their neighbors. Um, you could always even count on. I mean, shit. I know my grandparents. There's people that my grandparents did not like that lived in our neighborhood, lived across the street. Couldn't My grandfather couldn't stand this dude. But when he needed a helping hand and he had a rough way to go, my grandfather was over there helping him out because that was the right thing to do. You know what I mean? You did things because it was the right thing to do. You know what I mean? You talked to your neighbors. You helped your neighbors out. When somebody was in need, you helped them. That was the way it is. Now people just look down their nose. They think they're better than them. I'm too good for this. You see that dirtbag over there? I ain't helping that motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's a shame, man. It's a shame that people have gone to this kind of shut the door, pull the curtains kind of attitude. You know what I mean? Um, it's unfortunate, man. We've lost community, we've lost family, and I think that's all by design, man. I think that this is a designed uh, dismantling of our culture, our nation, and our neighborhoods, our communities, and our families. It's all by design because if they divide us, we don't mean shit. You know what I mean? United we stand, divided we fall. I think that's a very telling statement now. We are divided and we are falling. I don't remember when I was in high school and in grade school. I don't, and I grew up in a mixed school system. It wasn't like, more black than white, more white than black. It was kind of, I don't know, like 60-40 around in there, you know what I mean? I went to two different school systems, 60-40 both ways in different schools, you know what I mean? So more white than black in one school system and more black than white in the other school system. And there was none of this racial fucking divide, like, bullshit that's going on. I mean, of course, there's a lot of stuff that has gone on in our country that was not very favorable. But it felt like in the 80s and 90s that shit was going away and people were starting to look past all that shit and started to move forward. You know what I mean? And it seems like around the middle 2000s here, shit just went to pot, man. Now it's a fucking race war every time somebody mentions something. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. We were not like that as kids, man. You know what I mean? There was none of that shit. You know what I mean? It might have been, I could, maybe I'm naive and it could just be something that was just went unsaid. I don't know. But I had black friends. I had white friends. We all hung out together. We played sports together. We had fun together. We fucking fought against each other. We fought with each other. You know what I mean? It was just, I don't get it. I don't get it. We were all about our neighborhood. You know what I mean? It wasn't about, oh, this kid's black or this kid's white. It was like, this is our neighborhood and fuck that neighborhood over there. You know what I mean? That was more it than anything else. I just don't understand the direction our country's going. It makes me worried for my son. I try to raise my son. I know everyone probably hears me cuss and like, oh my God, this guy's poor kids. I can assure you that's far from it. My son is an absolute gem. He is a sweet, sweet boy. And my daughters are well-adjusted young women who have got good head on their shoulders, and they have no prejudice. They've not been raised with no prejudice. They're just people. You know what I mean? They see people for who they are, and they judge people not by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. And that's the way things should be. And that goes the same way. That's the way, same way my son is being raised, not by the color of your skin or this or that, but by the content of your character. If you're a good person, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So, um, I just, it makes you wonder, man, what's gonna happen moving forward when we're all older, and how life will and the country will turn out. Um, I'm not a anti uh, world government dude or anything like that, but it's kind of hard to turn everything over to just one body of to govern a whole planet. You know what I mean? I think there should be some guidelines set, or like a panel or something like that, of maybe countries to meet together, kind of like the UN, but not as crooked as those bastards. But you know, it just bothers me that people want to shit on America and how it's so fucking terrible, but everyone's fucking clamoring to get in here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Just weird to me. Um, I fly an American flag in my front yard 365 days a year. It goes to half mast when it's supposed to. There's a light on it at night. You know, I just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I was raised. Uh, be proud of your country. My government sucks. you know, my government sucks, but my country is kick ass, and that's what make America great again means to me. Is let's get back to being people again and stop being fucking assholes to each other. You know what I mean? Just dirty, rotten, stinky, backstabbing scoundrels to each other. You know what I mean? And that even goes that even trickles down to even to little things like window cleaning industry and Facebook groups. I mean, people are just weird and backstabby and catty and shit. You know what I mean? It's just really strange, man. Really strange people out there. Um, I think that has a lot to do with. I think that has a lot to do with way people are raised, and some people are just weren't raised right. You know what I mean? They just weren't raised right. There was not any values laid down for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So, you know, hopefully, hopefully we as a country can somehow find a way to come back together, and we as a window cleaning industry can find a way to realize that there are different personalities out there, and just because guys like me, for instance, are a little more crass and a little more rough around the edges doesn't mean that we're bad people. You know what I mean? Just because I think that window cleaning resource is a bunch of dickheads and they charge too much doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to um, wish them any ill will. I'm just bringing it to people's attention. People have no problem with the way WCR handles their business. You know what I mean? They kick people out of their groups. They talk shit about Reach It and Perry, and that seems to be okay. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter because it fits their narrative. But if I was to say that Zero Pole is a piece of shit and WCR is a bunch of drop shipping price marker uppers. I'm a bad guy for that. That just for some reason just does not make sense to me. I don't know, man. It sucks, but I'm gonna continue to do it. I know the huge convention's coming up. It can't be that huge if the Outlaws ain't there. You know what I mean? So it's not that cool. if Reach It, if Reach It window cleaning and the gunslinger are not on premises in a booth and they're not welcome there, it's not that huge of a convention. And if the outlaw window cleaners aren't there, it's definitely not that huge. It's just a circle jerk, um, and that's that. I mean, I know some dudes that are going to it that are really good dudes. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that if you go to it, you're a bad guy. I'm just, I think I just think it's full of shit. I think the guys, there's a lot of guys that go to that shit that are just leeches, man, just leeches, dude. So, you know, I'm gonna try to smoke this cigarette without fucking dying, but I'm probably gonna die. Um, I don't know, man. I've kind of been rambling on about this, that, and the third. It's been 30 fucking minutes. I really don't know what else to talk about. I actually got an email here from Ninja Duke. It says, question for the podcast, Tej. Um, if SpongeBob's parents were both round sponges, how come SpongeBob is square? I think, I think SpongeBob is square because SpongeBob's mom was a floozy, and she stepped out on SpongeBob's dad with a fancy sponge that has a green chore boy back on the back of it, a Scotch Brite. One of those sponges that has a Scotch Brite pad on the back of it. I think she stepped on it, and therefore SpongeBob is square. So now that we've got that covered, guys, I don't know if you know this or not. I'll share it to the group if you haven't seen it. But Henry Dreest, one of our window cleaning brothers, his wife is very sick with cancer, and he's having troubles getting her where she needs to go and keeping up with things. There is a GoFundMe page out there, man. If you guys are listening to this or you see that in Outlaw Window Cleaner Group, that GoFundMe, I know Manny from Windows 101 shared it in his group, and the Window Cleaners Are Us group. $20, man. I mean, you guys just give him, donate $20, man. I know that'll go a long way for him. I know when I was my son was born 3 months premature. My wife was in the hospital for 6 months. It was really, really difficult for me to get things together. She was 45 minutes away from me. So I had to work and then drive up there. I didn't miss a day, of course, in that 6 months. I was up there. I was about 4 months, 4 or 5 months. But altogether, the whole ordeal, him being up there, was like 6 months. I drove back and forth every single day, and I couldn't have done it without the help of strangers. I didn't start the GoFundMe, just people passed the plate around for me to help me out, friends and family. And it was nice, and it really meant a lot to me, and it really helped me quite a bit. And if we could do that for Henry Drees, that'd be great. There is a GoFundMe out there. Donate $20 to help the guy out. Buy one less 12-pack, you know what I mean, this month. You know what I mean? Just whatever you can to help the guy out. I know it'll mean the world to him and his family. And I know it's got to be a rough go for him, so let's try and help him out if we can, guys. Again, that's Henry Dreest, man. Just you look for it, it's there, you'll find it. And help the guy out if you can. But best wishes, Henry. I really hope that your wife gets better, man. I really do. And I'll be thinking about you, buddy. So on a lighter note, I am I'm really liking the whole the paranormal aspect of the podcast. I don't know what you guys think about it. I think it's great. It's something to talk about besides window cleaning. So we can kind of laugh and joke about it and shit like that. I think it's cool, man. The Bigfoot moments are great. I got another one for tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. I know Mark's got a ghost story he's going to tell. We're getting creepy with Squeegee. So that's pretty cool, man. I just, I really appreciate you guys listening to the show, your guys' feedback, the emails, man. If you want to send me an email, send an email to asktsqueegee@yahoo.com. And send me an email, man. Share a story, share a ghost story. You can do it anonymously. If you say, hey, man, can you not mention my name when you read this? I won't read your name. I'll just read the email, and we'll get down with it. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it. We'll cut up, It's cool, man. Leave us a comment on one of the videos on YouTube. Rate and review the show on iTunes. I know I would really appreciate that. Because I pay for the podcast to be hosted on Podbean, which ultimately allows me to put it on iTunes. And that would mean a great deal to me if you guys could get that, rating in there for me on iTunes or Podbean and leave us a review on iTunes and Podbean. That helps other people find the show. And not, maybe we might get some listeners that aren't window cleaners. Maybe they're carpet cleaners. Who knows? You know what I mean? You guys have some guest suggestions, or if you want to be a guest on the show, just private message me or send me an email to asktsqueegee@yahoo.com. Hit me up on Facebook. Whatever, man. I'm open to it. I will entertain having just about anyone on, except, well, I will have just about anyone on. If someone that does not like me, that wants to come on the show and defend their position, I'm open to that. Whatever. But show suggestions are always fucking warranted and wanted. So I like that kind of stuff. Guest suggestions. There's a female window cleaner in the Outlaw Window Cleaner that's kind of made it known that she wouldn't mind getting on the show. I would absolutely love it if she came on the show, because I actually admire her and the way she does things and her thoughts on life. I really dig it. So that would be super cool. So I hope that you and I can figure that out. There's going to be a guest later on this year. It's in the works now. That is going to flip everybody's fucking wig back. So that should be pretty cool too. If you guys want to buy yourself some Outlaw Window Cleaner gear, the t-shirts are pretty badass. You go to www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. We've got a pretty good selection of t-shirts on there. The Black Diamond Squeegee t-shirt with the Outlaw real large on the back, the Outlaw Window Cleaner logo, have Squeegee Will Travel on the back, is like $15, man. That's a pretty good deal for a t-shirt. We've got several new designs on there. I know I've been talking about the Squeegee Life shirts and stuff like that. That's going to be a fall thing. Most likely October is when I'm going to release the Squeegee Life stuff. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. I want to do it right, and I want the Squeegee Life stuff. I want it to be kick-ass, so I'm taking my time doing it and getting some feedback, and I want to give you guys the coolest shit I can give you. So it's gonna, like I said, it's all in due time. You guys will dig it. The Squeegee Life stickers are done being cut, so I'll be ready to hand out some free stickers soon. So you can send me an email at asktsqueegee.com if you'd like a Squeegee Life sticker. That one right there, for free. I'll send it to you. And I don't know, man. If you want some Black Diamond Squeegee rubber, you can get that at outlawwindowcleaner.com too, or you can go to www.blackdiamondsqueegee.com and get it straight from Casper, or you can not. But I think you should, because it's really good rubber, man. I really like it. It comes in round top and T-top, and you can use it in everything. You know what I mean? So that's kick-ass. If you want a gunslinger, you can go to www.futureofcleaning.com and get yourself a gunslinger. Support Richie Blue, and support an awesome-ass product that was started from the ground up, sewn in some guy's living room, in his workshop, on his back porch, in his bathroom, in the kitchen, in the elevator, because he got stuck in the elevator once and he was making them in there. Support Richie Blue. The Gunslinger is a badass product. I've had mine going on 8 months now, and it is, or 7 months, 7 months now, and it is probably the biggest. Besides, I don't know, man. Right now, I'd have to say, out of all the tools I've bought in the last 3 to 4 years, besides my constructor brush, my bronze brush, and my reach it pole, the gunslinger, they're about neck and neck, man. It's really changed the way I clean windows, and I don't think anyone will be disappointed if they buy one. They come in a bunch of different colors, with or without a front sling, and I know for a fact that the design is your guys' input on these, the guys that have them. It's not going on deaf ears, and there are some going to be some cool ass modifications, I think, coming in over the next year or so. You guys are really going to like what Richie's doing with it. And Perry, of course, has got 1,000 irons in the fire. He's got himself a store in Missouri now, a brick and mortar store. So that means that your Reach It service is going to be even better. So if you thought the customer service from China was good, wait until you see it now, because now it's going to be here stateside, so that's kick-ass. And I know a lot of you guys reach out to me like, hey, Squeegee, you're the Reach It guy on YouTube and, the podcast and everything. Is there anything you can do to help me out? I will do whatever I can to help you guys out. Answer any questions or solve any problems I can. As you know, I have been using Reach It products for quite a while, so I can most likely help you. And if I can't, then I could probably get a hold of Perry a little bit easier than you guys can and point him in your direction and hook you guys up. So if I can help you out, I will. And there's a few of you out there that know what I'm talking about. I've helped out several guys and pointed them in the right direction, or kind of helped them make their decision on, hey, is this the right pull for me? There's been a few that, hey, this isn't the right pull for them. Or, hey, man, is the gunslinger this and that? And I'm like, hey, and they're like, you know what? Hey, man, I'm buying one, man. This thing sounds cool. So that's what I'm here for. As always, man, go to www.detroitsponge.com. Go to the baddest ass window cleaning supplier in the nation, Detroit Sponge. I am a big supporter of Detroit Sponge. Before I owned Clearviews, my boss, the guy that sold me the company, he was a Detroit Sponge fan. That's where we ordered all our gear from. We ordered our hydro cart from there, our squeegees, our scrapers, our buckets, our towels. And if you're on the East Coast, man, you're getting your stuff within a couple of days, man. You can't beat that kind of service. The knowledge up there, Dave up there, he's super awesome dude. He will help you out and he'll steer you in the right direction. You guys are really, really like Detroit Sponge. They've got it all, and you guys will get great customer service. So check those guys out. Stay away from these drop shippers, these douchebags that like to mark their product up because they sell it on Facebook. Get away from that shit, guys. It's just bad for the industry. There's other good suppliers out there like Windows 101 and JC Racenstein. There's tons of companies. I mean, if you're buying from WCR, it's really coming from JC Racenstein anyway. So just cut out the middleman, get it from JC Racenstein cheaper, and go in your. No one's none the wiser. And just leave that WCR shit for the momos and the yum-yums that like to talk on Facebook and play window cleaner, like that one guy that I was talking about earlier. That's a place for that guy. You guys are awesome as shit. I might even find a little bit of an older episode to tack on here, just a little funny ha ha ha, and we'll see you guys around. This is Squeegee Life with Squeegee, and I'm looking forward to your emails, your comments, and some show ideas for the next episode of Squeegee Life. Something you'd like me to talk about. It doesn't even have to be window cleaning related, man. If you just like to know my opinion on something, like, you know what, this dude seems like an asshole, or you know what, this dude seems cool. I wonder what he thinks about that. This guy's a dick. I bet you he thinks this. Shoot me an email, man. Shoot me a question. Private message it. I would prefer the email. I really like the email. So hit me up, guys. And for Outlaw Window Cleaner and Squeegee Life, this is T Squeegee, man. We'll talk to you later. Peace. All right, we just had Jacob Dell on, and it was an awesome podcast. I hope everybody enjoys it. We really liked having Jacob on, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get Jacob on some more. I think he'll be a regular. He's in the hat as well as Josh Thompson for a podcast guest of the year.
Hey, Jacob's calling me right now. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Are you serious?
He wants to be on again right now.
Well,
no, I'm just joking.
I will say this. I will say this. He actually did enter the video chat for a few seconds and then left again, right, like 20 minutes after he hung up. He probably forgot to say something, but he was awesome. Jacob's a good dude, man. He's really probably one of the better guys in both sides of the industry. The window cleaning and pressure washing. He's a hell of a guy. I'm glad that Tim got to sit and talk to him and hear, because Tim hasn't really had any dealings with Jacob outside of Facebook here and there, so he doesn't really get to speak to Jacob like me and Josh do. So he's a hoot. He's a hell of a time, and
he's a good.
We had a lot of fun talking to him. We are gonna be having some more people on. I think we've got Mark Tanner is interested in coming on the podcast, and
that'd be awesome.
Sky's the limit window cleaner right behind me right there. Professional window cleaning behind me. That's his shirt right there that I always have behind me. Mark is an awesome guy. I hold Mark dear to my heart because he is a diehard Ford man, and which I am as well, and he loves to smoke barbecue ribs and briskets, and he gave me his kind of some tips on my brisket, and my brisket has been top notch ever since. So he has a special place in my heart, and I'm hoping I got my fingers crossed, because he's really old school and he's probably not feeling a lot of this social media shit, but I really want to get Todd Ford on too, the Swiss Army knife of badass, the T4, the living legend, the Duke of Danger. I'd really like to have him on too. We've got we're trying to reach out to a couple female window cleaners that are pretty popular. We're not going to say who right away, but we might have some.
Everybody already knows now.
Yeah, we might. Well, we might have a few on actually. There might be, and we like to get a female's perspective as well, because I think that kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I
speak to a Filipino guy today too in the Ohio area.
Oh man! And now if we could lock that down. Mr. 24 hours, Mr. 24 hours, Mr.
It is Jalak.
It's Jalak. He called him Jalak. You mean J-Lock? You fucking yum yum. This motherfucker called John J-Lock Jalak.
I was trying to keep it.
This is
lock. Keep the J in it. I'm not giving it away.
This is a beautiful thing that you guys get to be privy to this shit that we do behind the Jalak. Oh my god! Live from the mess shack, John Jalak.
No, that was good, Tim. That was legendary.
Yeah, it was good, Tim.
Don't apologize
I'm just busting
for
your chops, man. This is the no Apologies podcast. We are an equal opportunity offender. I can't say that enough. So,
and we're all offended.
Right.
And offenders.
Right. So go to www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Get you some black diamond squeegee rubber in the round top, the T-tops. Get you some legend channels that take both round and T-top rubbers. Get you an Outlaw Window Cleaner t-shirt. The black diamond squeegee rubber t-shirts got black diamond on the chest, Outlaw Window Cleaner on the back. $15. I mean, that's a steal. You can rep us, rep Black Diamond. Get you some rubber. Be a real boss. You know what I mean? Be a real boss. Get some badass rubber. Telling you guys, try it out. About $8 savings on a dozen. I mean, you guys are going to love it. It's awesome. It's good shit. It's good shit. Used by window cleaners. Full-time window cleaners. Guys at 9 to 5. No. 5 to 5 window cleaners. You know what I'm saying? We like it. It's awesome. It works. It's the shit. I've actually been using it since before I got kicked out of the WCR forum. They used to sell it, and I don't know if they still do or not. But
they do.
I used it back then, but we're cheaper. But anyways, I mean, anything, anyone else? I mean, has anyone seen? By the way, now that we've got a few minutes here, has anyone seen the new Facebook page going around Facebook right now? WCR is a ripoff. Who's like that page? Because I know I did.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know who that. I don't know where. I think it's Benji.
Today.
I think it might be Benji.
It's got to be Benji.
It's got to be Benji because it's.
We got to get Benji on.
There's some proofreading errors. It looks like the guy might have been methed out when he made the page.
He just left, dude.
Yeah, he just left the meth shack. Tim just hooked him up. Tim just hooked him up. Benji kicked the Reach It Mini over. The meth shack wall fell down. It took a few minutes. He came back. The wall is back up. We're good to go. The podcast is up and running again. So it's amazing. But, outside of that stuff, you can get yourself T-shirts, mugs, stickers, squeegee rubber, legend channels, all that good stuff from outlawwindowcleaner.com. We appreciate the views, the likes, the shares, the comments. We're having fun. We're having fun. We love it. We're going to have some cool-ass guests on, and we're going to keep it rolling, guys. We hope you enjoy these. We're going to keep pumping them out as often as we possibly can. It's going to start getting rough. I know you guys are going to be like, shit, man, they're putting them out all the time. But we're doing that because eventually these are going to start coming down to you might maybe only get one a week, maybe one every couple of weeks because it's, busy season's coming. And we're not chilling out in New Jersey, sitting on our asses selling shit for $9 million a Squeegee channel or nothing like that. We actually clean windows. So I actually have a lot of fucking windows to clean. So Josh does too, and so does Tim. We're all window cleaning all the time. Full-time window cleaners, by the way. I can't stress that enough.
Full time. Hey, and guess what? I pay for my own insurance on my 3 kids and my wife, and we pay payroll taxes and quarterly taxes and all. Listen, if you ever need a class, which I'm sure you do,
I do.
Get call.
I need some help. I would like to sit down.
Josh, the windowcleaner.net. Go ahead.
Yeah. How about I just
and then I'll patch you over to my wife because she handles all that.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Why don't you just give me your wife's phone number so she can tell me how to run a fucking business, you
Don't you ever.
Don't you ever. How dare you? We love you guys out there. Stay tuned. There'll be more coming for Josh the window cleaner, Tim Huber, Outlaw, baby.
Outlaw.
You gonna say outlaw or not, Josh?
Outlaw.
What a dick. See you later, guys. Peace.
Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, reminding you to get your black diamond squeegee rubbers at www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Oh yeah, and Luke's still a bitch.